Okay, so here we are. I'm going to draw some mountains in the background. Actually, little hills, more like, yeah, distant hills. That's a better way of describing them. A little barn where the cattle that I'm going to paint shelter at night. So there's a little roof. To make this very interesting, what we can do is we can think about where the sunlight's coming from. So classically in painting, a landscape painter might make things more interesting by using contre-jour. Contre-jour is where the sunlight is behind the subject, so it gives a strong shadow, and with a shadow and a raking light at the edge of the form, we find it looks more attractive. We have to paint less, really, because we have simplified everything to values, darks, lights, and the half tones in between. Okay, so there's my basic drawing, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer to a value strip. So we can separate values into light, dark, and a middle value. Between the middle value and the dark, there is a dark middle value, and then between the middle value and the light, there's a range of light middle values. So if we simplify it to 5 values, let's start with the lights. Put a little bit of light middle value, something between here and here, and I'm going to use a grey wash. I'll just put some water in there, and I'll make a sort of thin wash, a tea thickness kind of wash, which will dry light. And I can bring that pretty much through everything in the scene. Now I'm going to be putting in my middle values. So a darker wash is needed. This was between light and light middle value, somewhere in between. And now I'm going to move to a middle value. So let's make more of that grey mix, but this time, instead of a tea wash, let's make it a bit more milky, a little bit thicker. Okay. And I'm going to start off by maybe putting a little bit of this middle value on the hill in the distance there. So now we're going to go into the next value. So as we've come forward, we're getting more atmosphere, we're getting more depth. So let's go for the dark value. For this, I'm going to mix the paint pretty dark. This time it's more like creamy thickness than milky, much stronger. And this is going to be our dark accent. So there's a shadow. Yes, there's a shadow underneath the roof there of that barn, on the side of this little shape. So now we have a scene that's just values and shapes, but it's starting to become cattle in the field, which is fun. And almost at the end, I just think I need a little bit more dark on the little lean-to shape here, maybe. And perhaps just a few light. Imagine the roof is made out of like a corrugated metal. Just bring some lines down just to give that a little bit of a tiled effect. And there we are. Hope you've enjoyed that. We've got our scene, and literally using 3 values: a dark, a light, and a middle value. Thank you very much.